Now, the Prime Minister has spent the past week ducking and weaving over the Brittany Higgins saga and seemed to struggle with the difference between the rape claim and the now discredited claim of a political cover-up by the Liberal Party and former Defence Minister Linda Reynolds.
Should your senators who led the charge of a Liberal Party cover-up over the Higgins case apologise to Ms Reynolds?
Well, that's not right. I don't accept that characterisation.
Look, the public deserves to know the truth here. Firstly, why did Ms Higgins receive a $2.4 million taxpayer payout? And secondly, did the Prime Minister and Mean Girls Katie Gallagher and Penny Wong exploit this saga for political gain? Joining me now is the Shadow Attorney General, Andrew Wallace. Andrew, good to catch up as always. Two judicial findings rejected claims of a political cover-up. So what's there to hide here from the Prime Minister, do you think?
Well, there's a lot to hide, I think. I think the Prime Minister is in an absolute world of hurt on this issue because he knows how much the Labor Party and he himself weaponised this issue in the lead up to the 2022 election. I was the Speaker at the time. I sat there and listened to the Prime Minister absolutely categorically weaponise the rape allegation at that stage that Brittany Higgins was making against Scott Morrison as the Liberal Prime Minister and against the Liberal Party directly. You know, they weaponised this as being part of what they held out to be a woman problem. And we all know now that there was no cover-up. But it goes deeper than that. Janet Albrechtsen has done a tremendous job in unveiling a lot of this just in the last couple of weeks. Well, let's look at it. We know that the Commonwealth, when Mark Dreyfus was the Attorney General, sidelined Linda Reynolds from her own mediation. So she was a party to the proceedings and Mark Dreyfus said, you can't take part in the proceedings. If you do, you know, we'll stop funding your defence. So Linda Reynolds couldn't go to the mediation. She was banned from going to that mediation. She was banned from being able to defend her own good name. We now know that the government extended the limitation period for which Brittany Higgins was able to sue both the Commonwealth and Linda Reynolds. Now, they made that decision without any reference to Linda Reynolds whatsoever. We now know that there are also other letters that have been coming out that have called into question the ratio or percentage of blame that Brittany Higgins said that she was entitled to from a psychologist. There are so many things that absolutely stink to high heaven. Then, of course, with just a half-day mediation, unprecedentedly, the Commonwealth awarded $2.4 million to Brittany Higgins. This stinks to high heaven, and there's a lot of questions to answer for here.
Look, I agree. We still don't know why Brittany Higgins was given that $2.4 million. There are so many unanswered questions, but the Prime Minister was very clearly ducking and weaving on this issue this week. Let's talk about Chris Bowen. Andrew, in an Australian first. Apparently he's going to be the first...
Do we really need to talk about Chris Bowen?
I know. Look, it's not my favourite topic either, but he's apparently going part-time. This is an Australian first, would you believe? Part-time Energy Minister. He's going to take up this role as President of COP31 after Turkey successfully won the bid, but then also try and continue to control the energy grid here at home. The problem is, Andrew, he can't control the grid here, but now he's going fly-in, fly-out.
I mean, you just can't make this sort of stuff up, Danica. You know, the only thing I can say is our gain is the world's loss. But I mean, this is a guy that, you know, promised us, along with the Prime Minister, promised Australians $275 power cuts in the lead up to the 22 election, and we're all paying more than $1,000 extra for our energy. And that's just mums and dads. What about businesses that are going to the wall because they can't afford to keep their doors open anymore? More businesses are going to the wall in Australia today than in any other period in our modern history. And it's because of this bloke's energy policies. And according to the Prime Minister, he's going to be over there solving the world's problems. Please.
Well, yeah, he's got his expertise. He's going to show that off to Turkey on the world stage. All of his great knowledge about energy, Andrew. Before we let you go, Albo's overseas again, this time in South Africa for the G20. Another week, another summit for the Prime Minister. What has he got to achieve this time?
Well, it is important that the Prime Minister goes to these meetings, but I tell you what, he will be very, very pleased to be out of the national spotlight in relation to the Brittany Higgins issue. But he'll obviously be travelling with an Australian press pack, and I would encourage them to keep the pressure on because there's a lot more to come out of this story just yet.
I completely agree with you. Let's see how the week unfolds. Andrew Wallace, nice to chat as always. As we do every week, thank you very much for joining me.
Authorised by Andrew Wallace, LNP, Boccarina, Queensland.